Hey, yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? Honestly, I don't even really know how to start the video off. I'm just gonna kind of like jump into it. Chosen ones. That's really kind of like the topic I want to get into today because I feel like not everybody really kind of understand what the feeling is like. But you know what I'm saying? Everybody's called to something. Everybody's called to a higher purpose, or like, you know what I'm saying, a higher version of themselves in life. But I don't think nobody really understand like the difficulty of it being chosen by God. Like, I'm not saying like I don't want it. Like, I'm not saying I don't want it at all. I'm not saying like I'm ungrateful for it, but man, this thing comes with like a lot of rules and regulations that I don't think nobody like ever understand or like kind of signed up for. For instance, it's like every day you wake up and it's kind of like it's a different attack on your life. Not saying like somebody coming up and knocking at your door, like, you know what I'm saying, coming in like a full-on threat, but it's kind of like you could feel every shift in the energy. Like any energy shift around you, you can feel it. Like, for instance, for me, for example, a few days ago, I was at work. Somebody I'm usually like friends with. Keep in mind now, okay, to start it off, I'm about to go ahead before I mess up. Like, for one, I gave my life back to God. You know what I'm saying? And I fully committed because I've been feeling like it's a purpose. I've been calling on my life for like a long periodically time. Like a long periodically time. I was 17 in church. The pastor told me that I'm a lighthouse to those in the dark. I'm a chosen one amongst few. And basically, like, I'm a general and I'm a leader. And you know what I'm saying? At first, me being young, I'm kind of like, me? Me? Like, you gotta understand, like, I'm still out here being young, naive. I'm still committing adultery. I'm fornicating at this point. Like, I'm burning the bush. You know what I'm saying? I'm burning the midnight oil. Like, I'm getting off. Doing things I ain't shouldn't be doing. But you know, sometimes, like, God be speaking to the future you, not the you that you see yourself as. He know the potential that you got. It's just the fact that you got to get there. All that to be said, where it's kind of like, okay, I've been going through life, but I've always, like, I got baptized before too. So I'm keep on missing part of the story, but it's really, I just want to jump into it because I don't think like everybody get enough of this. But I got baptized at 17, and that's where I really started feeling like conviction. You know what I'm saying? I feel like spurts of the Holy Spirit, because you know, sometimes when you make your decision to get your life together and get it right, you'll feel them, and then you'll go like kind of like a tap on your shoulder, let you know he's still there. And then, so me, now being 23, I went ahead and just like, you know what? I'm at my wit's end. And I just finally went ahead and said, you know what? I give my life to God. That from then on, it's like, you know what I'm saying, I done changed my music. I changed how I talk to people. I changed, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to use curse words less. I've been trying to get into my Bible more. But man, like I said, you know, it's different when you kind of like, you just, you know, I feel like it's very different when you just saying like, I'm giving my life to God, and you know, you're saying you're just like a regular old sinner. Now, not taking nobody wrong from nobody. God, I'm saying everybody's God's children, but I feel like it hits different when God says, no, you come here. I got something specially designed for you. Man. It's like, let me tell you, for one, I feel like the hardships inside of a chosen one's life are just like extra hard. But it's like that for a reason. It's like that so you can understand what your gift and purpose and powers are. Excuse me. me. I seen the dog. I seen the dog. Can I pet your dog? But nah, it's like I feel like your hardships are amplified so you can shine through. If I'm making sense, or if I'm sense making $1, like let me know something. Like you go through more, so your testimony is bigger on grand screen. Like not saying like you bigger than everybody else. It's just like, you know what I'm saying, you chosen. So when you teach or when you speak, you gonna turn heads. Like you're turning heads for real. And I feel like I'm finally getting my little spurts of it, because like even now, I want to say like once I gave my life back to God, it was an instant shift. It was like an instant shift in that, like, you know what I'm saying? It happened after I feel like I got out of my relationship, and then I got out of my relationship, and God like instantly sat me down in isolation season. Like I feel like he just jumped me from relationship to isolation, and at that part right there, it hit different. Because at that part right at when as soon as you get to that point, you just start to separate yourself from people way more. It's kind of like being lonely but not alone feeling. I don't know how to really describe it, but it's like I'm alone, but it's for a purpose. You feel me? And I got a phone call, excuse me. But I think once you give your life to God and actually understand why He's sitting you down, you start really kind of understanding. It's like, oh, this is why He set me aside. And you can either force, like, you know what I'm saying, you can try to force it and fight around it, or you can just get with the program and understand, like, you know what, God's about to use me for something greater. But it comes with a cost. It comes with the cost. Like right now, I'm down to like a few family members I talk to. Because, you know what I'm saying, like the level of discernment you get, the intuition you get is like at a higher point to the point where you start feeling funny around family members. Like you start realizing, like, you know what I'm saying, you start like peeping all the mess they've been playing inside your head, the beliefs they've been putting inside your head. You be like, this ain't real. Like God really set you aside to be like, bro, y'all are unreal. Some of the friends I done had, it's kind of like, y'all unreal. And everything switches up. Like, okay, now I can kind of go back into the story a little bit. I feel like I hope I'm not just jumping around, but like, okay, for instance, if somebody at work I usually joke with all the time, joking with them. As soon as I get my life back to God, it's like I can already see people switching it up. But let me tell you how bad this was a switch. We go from joking around to now they're spreading rumors about me around my workplace. I'm kind of like, but you know what it be? You know what it be? It be the fact of everybody's really not on your level, and your light that's shining through you, they can't stand it. They really can't stand it. It's like being chosen is like a bittersweet moment. It's like a gift and a curse at the same time, because the fact of it separates you from people for real. In a good way. In a good way. Like, how can I describe it? Like, you start to understand that, like, you know what I'm saying, when people be like, you know, success involves separation, you really start taking that to heart and understanding what it really means. Especially when you on the winning side, like when you on Jesus' side, you start understanding, like, you know what? At first it's rough, because then you be like, bro, I'm losing friends, man. Family members ain't reaching out to me. I ain't really that family. And you start feeling like, you know what I'm saying, some relationships that you really want, they just sever off and die, because like it's not meant for you. It was meant for you in your lower vibration season. I feel like I'm kind of missing. I'm still coming into it, because like I used to be in like the crystals and energies and spirits and things like that. So I guess what you're saying, I guess what I can say is now is, those were your friends when you was at your low and knew about God. You know what I'm saying? These were your people when you didn't know about God. But now that you know about God, you kind of operate on a different scheme. You get different blueprints. You get different plans. Like, you know what I'm saying? The certain people that you was hanging with then can't be with you now. The certain people that you was used to and comfortable with now, you gotta get comfortable to a whole different atmosphere now. I'm telling you, it's a whole different atmosphere for me right now. Like, You know what I'm saying? I'm typical. I done messed my skin up, piercings, like. But now it's like even now I kind of look at myself differently. Like, dang, bro. Like, dang, I got tattoos on my skin. Like, I done done some things, and you know, it's kind of like your conviction get a little heavy. Don't beat yourself up about it. Now, cause you know what I'm saying, this is before you was there, before you was conscious. But it's just like now the fact of you be like, dang. If for one, you be like, thank God, hallelujah. Like, he really accepted me with all this, my flaws, and still loved me, still gave me this calling. But yeah, you start feeling conviction about things you've done. You start thinking about where you was, but your main goal is like, okay, that's where I was. Now how do I get to exactly where God want me to be? Like, it's like, how do I get to be exactly where God, like, you know what I'm saying, how to do exactly what God meant for me to do. And that's kind of ended that. Once you at that point, that start being your everyday mission. Like, you wake up, eat, sleep, like, breathe. God, what do I do? And you get to a whole new schedule. Like, I don't know if everybody goes through this, but like I'm telling you, like, to me lately it's like this. My whole life changed around since I said I'm gonna give my life to God, and he was like, all right, you ready? Like, friends I was hanging around, they're kind of like, I'm in a transition phase, I feel like I am right now. Where, like, friends that I used to hang with, they're going to the side now. Like, they kind of dying off. Old habits, like, I used to smoke, I used to drink. That died hard. Like, that just died hard. Like, as soon as I gave my life to God, I stopped caring for it. Like, you can't even try to get me to, I don't want to. I don't. Women, I don't just see them as the object no more. I see them, like, you know what I'm saying? It's more than that. I'm looking for an actual mate. Like, the relationship actually gotta have some type of substance to it. Being outside is like way, like, I don't know how to describe it. I feel most people like to be outside, yes, but being outside now is kind of like peaceful. Oh yeah, and being like, okay, like, then going around people, it's so draining. It's draining. Like, when I tell you it's draining, it's like being around people, having conversation with people, but it's not really like people. It's like, you know what I'm saying, intertwining with all those spirits, and you know God got you holy. Trying to, like, and then it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of like a battle too, because how can I explain it? Because I'm not ungrateful. I'm not ungrateful about none of this. It's kind of like the only person you can vent to, the only psychiatrist you got is God. Because some things out your mouth you can't tell people because they don't understand. Certain things about your plans you can't tell people because the fact that they're your plans, and God got to fulfill your plans, not theirs. Then it's hard to, like, I ain't gonna lie, one part for me is kind of hard, bro. It's hard trying to, like, it's hard still trying to find, like, a decent girl. I think I'm gonna give up and let God just hand it to me. Because it's like, that discernment you get start getting so heavy, you see through everybody. You be like, oh my goodness, you so materialistic. Oh my goodness, you combative. Oh my goodness, you just all the way wrong. I see your spirit through you. Oh my goodness, Jezebel. Oh my goodness, succubus. Like, you it's funny, but ain't funny, bro, because it's kind of like, dang. You start to think in your head, like, am I going to be lonely for the rest of my life? Well, not even lonely. It's kind of like, dang, bro. Am I, like, the only person like this on earth? Like, am I going to be in this lane? Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like I said, you know, I'm new to this. Like, I honestly wish somebody could help me with it. Like, I wish I had somebody, like, in person that could walk with me. And it's like, the only people I done got to kind of, like, to help me soothe my mind through this when it start happening, like, I feel like once it started coming to, like, a spiritual awakening started happening, I started getting a bunch of, I feel like everybody get this. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I feel like at a certain point, you get YouTube videos that just come out of nowhere. I kid you not, like, I just started getting videos on when you start, when your eyes open, when you sold this, like the people that can kind of get off the top of my head, Mark the Messenger. I feel like everybody ran across him. When for some reason, when you give your life back to God, you just run across this man. That means he got to be profound and blessed. He got to be. It's a dude I watch. It's innately something. I can't remember his name. But yeah, just like videos like this just start coming up out of nowhere. And I was just like, that's the only thing that kind of soothed me through the day. Cause I be like, that just let me know I'm not the only one out here alone. It feels like it, but then you start realizing everybody in there got their own. Excuse me, y'all gotta understand. I'm still inside the hood. Kids are outside hooping right now. They are hooping, getting it in right now. And I'm like, I came outside. It's my fault. I hope y'all can still hear me through this whole video. Cause this ain't gonna be raw, uncut. I'm not editing nothing at all. I'm giving it as is. I feel like at this point, I gotta start giving this stuff straight off the dome, straight to y'all, cause this video is gonna end up exactly where it needs to be, in the eyes it need to be in front of. I probably jumped a lot, but I'm kind of like excited at the same time, cause it's like I'm excited because I know God's got a big play in my life. Like he's holding one big trick up his sleeve for me. He's just waiting for me to do something, and then he got something else for me. Like every day is kind of like it's amazing. It's amazing. I can say that. It's just, you know what I'm saying, I'm new to this. It's weird. The isolation season, this is new to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, and then you just instantly want to have retention. You know what I'm saying? Retention. You know what I'm saying? You start holding back, and man, it's like a gift and a curse. You know how, like, you saying, like with retention, so many women still be looking at you, fine women, beautiful women, but then you be kind of like, I don't like your spirit. So it's like a catch-22, bro. It's like you get attention, but then you don't want attention. It's like you want friends, but then you don't want friends. It's like you don't want to be alone, but then you want to be alone. That's the only energy you don't want place you get. And it's like you gotta find a balance between the two. But yeah. Right now I'm on this journey and I'm not looking back. I've seen too much, been through too much. I'm here, Lord. I'm here. Let me know if anybody else is like y'all. Please let me know if it's anybody else out there like this, like exactly like this. Please let me know. If we can, like, look, hit me up. Like, you know what I'm saying? This finna be one. I don't even want to say that word, but this finna be one incredible journey. I can say that. Just give me time and watch how I progress. Like, the elevation finna be real, bro. I can feel it. But I'm gonna hit y'all next time with some more updates. I'm gonna start doing like more of my spiritual update, like where I'm getting to on my journey. I'm gonna start, you know what I'm saying, come here and talk. So, like, you know what I'm saying, drop something in the comments what y'all want me to talk on. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like, you know what I'm saying, how I want to explain it. Like, you know what I'm saying, drop inside the comments what y'all want to talk about next. Like, you know what I'm saying, the thing that you feel as the chosen one. Kind of like what comes with being chosen. You know what I'm saying, just let me know. Drop a comment, I might talk about it. All right, but y'all have a lovely, blessed day. See y'all later.